As soon as I lose the image on screen, it's like everything leaves my brain. Oh, there we go. Perfect timing. The Stacks are going to actually sprint away. Invis, run, and get through the river.
Yeah, a lot of times it's more about where you play and having your stronger combination and less so about actually becoming the POS 5, right? You can play on the safe lane and still be the POS 4, still buy your own items. Actually commit the sentry here. The Iron Shield does reveal Saksa anyway.
Are they thinking about killing him?
Yeah, I mean, sentry committed. They were hoping he was going to walk in so they could get a bushwhack into a stomp, but not going to happen. He'll get safety.
A bit of expenditure early on.
Ща точно пойдет.
Some vision in that mid lane.
Короля не убить.
Sacks up. I'm going to try and scout things out and see if we can find any of the opposing vision, but nothing doing there. And Malady goes on a wander back down south. So we do set up with currently Hoodwink top, Clockwork bottom. So double melee off lane into the Undying Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, it's looking weaker in my eyes, but maybe there's some idea that Clockwork can just pull this creep wave a little bit easier using cogs to protect himself. He's gonna find himself a courier snipe before the pull, and he does get the first creep wave pulled away.
Yeah, good start. Brown boot, sentry, blood grenade. Very good inventory there. The Clockwork's going to make sure both camps are unavailable. And maybe this is something that happened even like during game one or like post game one. The first thing Corrupted said was we can't lane straight up. We've got to go for shenanigans. We've got to try and find some way to mitigate losses or get a bit of drag back. This feels like one of those things they had to chat about. And we're like, okay, guys, we're gonna pick Seiyosha hero that can drag waves.
Yeah, need to get off to a decent start, and going into Undying and SF lane, you don't have much of a choice. That is a super strong combination that if you play the lane fairly and just lane, you're probably going to lose. So getting creative is the only way to deal with this.
Yeah, like we have seen some people against these Drow lanes or SF lanes. I remember using people using Undying as this 3 plus a Hoodwink as a 4 and just like spamming and blasting. So that's not something you're going to be able to do with a Centaur necessarily. Instead, Malady's going to get zoned away here by the Clockwork as he went in behind that bottom tier 1.
Yeah, and can threaten to burn some of his mana eventually as well, as the Undying doesn't have any boots, so pretty hard for him to juke.
That does mean Shadow Fiend's getting pretty much free run of the last hits. And out the top 4, all at 11 or more. It's 3 green heroes there, but Necro is leading out in that top lane, having a very good start. So we're feeling pretty happy about things with this Respect Hoodwink by his side. They've chipped away at Saxa. Kept the bounty hunter at bay, and with a Sunstrike flying in, they've dropped him low. The final hit, the damage is following. The grabby hand is coming to catch you. I will take your soul and kill you, Saxa. Come here. He's dead.
He was actually so close to living. Just a little bit more time of the tango regioning, but unfortunately you can run, but you can't hide. Good Sunstrike coming in from Mirage as well. But that top lane, even though Bounty Hunter died, the Darkseer actually has pretty good farm. And that's something that I was concerned about on that lane, whether or not he was going to be able to get creeps against the Necro, who can so easily get tons of denies. But looks like they're doing a very good job so far.
A good spot to be in. Now, maybe the chance to drag some wave back as well. Shadow Fiend going to get pushed around by the cogs. Sarah's going to land at least one of them, but a little sidestep from Watson gets away from the other 2. I did pull into large camp as well, just trying to reclaim a bit of lane space here. But very difficult to hold on to it when Malady just walks in. Forces your Centaur back.
Yeah, loses quite a bit of HP in the trade though, but of course he's trying to bait. He has the blood grenade ready, got the Lotus and the magic stick.
Spirit sat around waiting for the water rune. He'll gather the top. Invoker doesn't need any, so Clockwork gets to the bottom. And Mirage so far, decent on the last hits, having an okay time. And threw that Sunstrike early on, putting a bit of pressure on side lanes, but you said the word playable at the end of the draft, and that's what this has been for Huligani. Everything is actually You know, going through the motions, the mechanisms are working, the gears are all greased up. You just got to make sure you've got enough fuel to get through this laning stage and into that mid game.
Yeah, they're maybe not winning the lanes, but they're getting something. In bottom, they're actually setting up a kill on SF.
Oh, yeah. Sunstrike's going to come in. Not even needed, though. Malady trades out for Corrupted. Respect has fallen, and now Sayer's going to die as well in a 3-for-1. When you threw everything you could at that Shadow Fiend, you got him.
Yeah, 3 heroes and a Sunstrike committed as well. And I think SF is just going to say, okay, you know what? You got me, but at what cost? Tons of gold and experience going the sports way.
Oh, no, they're going the mid lane.
Bushwhack.
Oh, Chiro Jr. is so close to death, but he'll survive. And that means Mirage can get slain by Saxa.
Sneaky bounty hunter comes in. Vision control in mid is going to be ever so important. So new sentry dropped.
Just the positioning of these lanes, though. You can feel the comfort and the ease from Yandex. They're by the enemy tier 1s. They're pushing lanes in, doing chip damage. Oh, that's so close. Oh, the rocket goal with a rocket flare's got him.
Nice.
Finished
the
off.
combos.
Well,
we
done.
don't always see too many points in the rocket, but making it work here.
But yeah, like the map looks and feels easier for Team Yandex, but I really respect the pushback from Huligani, bringing numbers, fighting back, making sure that you're not giving away free runes or free space on the map. And these Sunstrikes, you know, they're not finishing people off and getting kills for the Invoker, but they are doing the damage that leads to the kills.
I think Mirage, he was the big question for us, right? He played so much Ember, played so much Puck. What is he going to play now? But he has been playing amazingly so far. How many Sunstrikes has it been that he landed already so far? It's looking great.
I think we're up to, like, you know, all four of their kills have been from Sunstrike damage.
Yeah.
Now this top lane, bringing numbers again. The Clockwork and the Hoodwink in tandem, just holding hands, roaming from bot through mid, now up to the top to kick DM out of lane. Darkseer dragging wave with the Iron Shells ticking over. Some Deny's going to come in and a Rocket Flare to slow him down. Can he escape with a Surge coming off cooldown?
Oh, gets a cheeky Iron Shell out as well, so going to farm the creep wave and then run away.
And that's at the timing for the Wisdom Shrines. Chiro Jr. going to get the left-hand side while Malady went and snuck the right. So again, 7-minute Wisdom Shrines is a double for Yandex. And DM actually managed to shift all the way through, bypassing the Hoodwink, but he's walked into Mirage. No, he's not. Never mind.
He's just on a journey, like, man. He's walking.
Oh, he's playing DayZ. He's going all the way to Northwest Airfield. and he got there and didn't like it. Now he's heading all the way to the east.
Yeah,
oh, it's a jungle camp. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Find some canned dog food over here.
Find some good loot over at Satyrs. See what he can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, neutral token. That's something.
Oh, he's got the key for Deer Isle. He'll get there. Chiro Jr. getting pinged. Mid lane being eyed up by Team Yandex. I'm thinking about going on this Invoker. But again, we've got Huligani bringing a few heroes in to defend this middle spot. And the active rune gets grabbed by Respect. And Invis, see if he's able to do anything with it. Because
play.
The Invis Bounty Hunter, iron shelling and dropping the wall on his Clockwork. Well, it looks like a freebie kill with a roll in, gets the finishing touch with Chiro Jr. grabbing Sayers.
Very nice. Very nice rotations coming out. And getting the double experience as well earlier is going to be really impactful because they have very level-hungry support heroes. Undying gets unlocked a lot when he has ulti form, and same for Bounty with the track, which is not far away now.
Invis Iron Shell is like a combo as old as Dota and Time itself, but it's so funny to see it in action in a pro game. I remember in Dota 1 pubs picking, oh hang on, a roll onto Snowy, not going to quite connect, but the damage comes through pretty quickly. They need the Stampede to disengage, and Respect charges in to bodyguard the Necro on his way out.
Saxa wisely sitting back there, not going in, would have been bushwhacked. Doesn't want to get held in place.
And now tracks up. Saxa can keep tabs on these pesky dire supports who have been shifting in and out of fights. And Chira Jr. getting pushed around by the cogs and farms him up on his way through. And Sayers knows he's dead here. Oh, Sunstrike though. Oh, that's nice for a turnaround maybe. Not enough damage to kill the bounty hunter this time.
That was really close. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, the SF is having a pretty grand old time down bottom, just freely farming. Nobody contesting him. He's gone for the Falcon Blade into Yasha build, so not going for the Mask of Madness approach that we sometimes see. But this is looking like it's going to be the Kayasha Blink build, and then since they have so few disables, it's pretty important that his ulti is actually used in these team fights. So I like the Kayasha Blink build here.
Yeah, feels good for sure. I'd forgotten there was an SF in this game. We'd spent so much time looking at mid and top. That's where all the action is brewing. So, like that, but that shows it's been a good job by Yandex to take the attention away from that bottom lane and force HULIGANI to keep reacting and responding, putting out fires up at top and now in mid. Mirage gets back to his tier 2 and the dive will stop there from Yandex. Don't know if they can stop the tower push though.
They want to defend, but it's not that easy. They don't have the Meteor Hammer yet on Invoker, and of course without level 6 on Clockwork and Hoodwink. Maybe they can get the Undying at least, as he gets stuck in the ice wall.
Yeah, easy pickings for them. And they do defend that tower. Immediate respawn by Malady though, so we can return back to that mid lane. While Saxa, he sees the Necro and has left the top spot and come down to bottom. So Yandex knows the open part of the map is all north. They've got the choice there if they want to try and dogpile down south or take all the space that has been created for them.
Snowy gets confused as the stack didn't work. Think maybe it's blocked, but of course just body blocked by the bounty hunter, who tracks him again.
It's so annoying. Getting tracked and blocked and tracked and blocked. All right, he's got his reagents now. I'll farm some of these ancients. Very irritating. All right, yeah.
It's done to farm quite a bit as well.
I remember in Dota 1 pubs picking Weaver Dark Tier together when Weaver had the Revenant Shades, because they were invulnerable. They were invulnerable invis units
yes.
that you could put Ion Shell on, and they couldn't die to anything.
Scouts. Yeah.
The nasty things. They just put them on patrol in the river and they just kill people.
It's definitely a balanced thing. They should bring it back.
Nope.
The concept of just a hero having like 4 walking wards that are invulnerable.
Yep. It was great. It was like incredible stuff.
There's a lot of things in Dota that maybe shouldn't be brought back, but you know, we've seen some interesting stuff.
And repair kit. I think repair kit is my all-time most hated item, honestly.
Well, you don't like being close to finishing tier 3 tower, cracking Hydra, and then it just starts repairing itself?
Repair kit plus living armor and lich armor and stuff like that. Oh, no, don't want that anymore. Like, people always complain about Iron Talon and Jungle Legion and shit. I think repair kit was 1,000 times worse than any of that. Malady can have some deja vu as well in that mid lane. He's all alone this time, though, as the rest of his team are trying to move top. So you lose your Undying mid, you're on Necro top with a roll in, but he's killed off Saxa first. Now he's going to burst heal and regen back to full, and Chira Jr. knows he can't continue.
That was nice recognition that he had enough damage. Pops the ulti earlier than the bounty expected. It still works.
That's 6-7, not much of a net worth lead. Yandex. I'm gonna try and hold on to this.
The DD rune gets repurposed to just farming instead. And that guy killed Necro with a gank.
And it has been a lot of activity from HULIGANI to run around the map and put out the fires. Like we were saying earlier on, they've done a lot of reacting. Now it might be time to make some moves of their own. You know, have a smoke gank, have this level 6 on Clockwork and Hoodwink that you were mentioning were lacking in the previous fights. Now unlocking that capability, the potential is there to go and get some snipes. The difficulty is getting past Saxa.
Exactly. They need to have dust wherever they go, and they almost need to have some random sentries on lanes just to spot Saxa as he's walking around pretty uncontested.
Saxa and Melody, not the normal ganking duo in a bounty and undying. but paired together, they can offer a decent amount of damage and a lot of annoyance. In comes the hook shot on the cogs. Meteor landing on Saxa to kill him off. Dies to the neutral creep, but the Invoker gets blasted by the Shadow Fiend. And now Undying just going to hold that staircase, hold the line, and make sure that Watson walks back.
That's a costly death. Mid tower probably going to fall as a result. SF with the early activation between the two carries. He's the first one to group up and do something.
It's his time. High level, high net worth. Comes in and finishes off that tier 1 tower mid at long last. Malady can be like, okay, right. Yeah. My 3 deaths were worth it. We got the objective. And then back to farming for the Shadow Fiend. Now, the fact that Yandex can just have these heroes sat in lanes, gathering lane creeps without too much bother, very good spot to be in. Like a Darkseer, who's top 3 of the net worth, just absorbing an entire third of the map with iron shells. DM is going to get big.
Yeah, he's farming away. Looks like he's heading towards that extra bit of armor as well. Gets Shivas.
Clockwork trying to play with Malady. Playtime's over. Doesn't want to share his toys. Reaper's Scythe. Going to finish off the Undying, but that's given away the position of the Necro. A roll in from Chira Jr. The follow Yem. Necro regen not enough to keep him topped up. And Respect getting brought low by the Magnetize. And was tracked up, but he'll be fine and survives.
Yeah, to their credit, they actually have a lot of magic damage. So Necro struggling a bit to stay alive against the iron shells, the damage coming in from the Earth Spirit overall. And this is time that SF is farming. They're looking to make their first move on SF. The Invoker and the Clockwork. Hookshot coming in soon. Not even hookshot.
The tornado.
Walking from behind, yeah.
Cog pushed back out of the Meteor Hammer, and that's allowed the Requiem to come out, though.
Oh, no.
Oh, a misplay out of the Clockwork. Pushed him away. Disaster strikes, and now the chase from Saxa sees Respect. Already losing 1 support, and probably the Helm Creep to follow as a roll comes in from long range. But Chira Jr. to finish off the Hoodwink.
So I was supposed to be slowing down the SF. Instead, you give him more speed. He's kind of feel safe with this team. Take bottom tier 1 tower. And already the map difference is pretty enormous. You lost all your tier 1 towers over on the side of Huligani, and Yandex had all theirs available.
So, pretty big slip up. A little big oopsie. It feels like one of those situations, Mirage gonna get hunted down. Stampede gets him some distance to get to high ground.
He's burning. He's fine though.
So close to death, but he will survive. Like one of those situations where Clockwork wants to get the most, quote unquote, efficiency out of his cogs, right? You're in autopilot. I'm cogging people. And Invoker is just sitting there channeling Meteor Hammer. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snipe on the bounty hunter, but the fight continuing. Magnetize thrown in there, and the damage over time. And it's too much to handle for Huligani, realizing they've got to reset behind their tower.
I think they have to respect the Earth Spirit ulti. A lot of damage coming in, so just running back. And meanwhile, the Earth Spirit actually getting pretty good progress towards his BKB. 2,000 gold to go-ish.
And jump in from Centaur. I was going to say, a surprise for me is the Undying's net worth being where it is. He's going to die down that bottom rune spot. They've shown his place. Got a roll back in from Chira Jr. Gets on top of the Centaur. Looking for revenge. Saxa and Chira force the stomp. Mirage kills off DM, but the Shadow Fiend unloads his arsenal. Takes out Corrupted as both offlaners die on opposing sides of the map.
Yeah, some serious damage coming in from the SF at this point as well. And we're starting to get to that territory where a few more 1-fights and we might see Roche be on the menu. SF takes it out pretty quickly. Necro significantly worse at taking Roche.
Mirage trying on Malady. Throws a complement of spells at him. Sunstrike is not going to land, but the damage over time is enough to tick him down.
Yeah, this Undying is basically a piggy bank for the Invoker. He's repeatedly turning to him like, I once again seek your financial aid, Undying, and he is making a fair bit of money by killing the zombie, but he's not getting those valuable kills, not slowing down the SF's farm, and, you know, despite his trying earlier at the bottom.
It's like the brother and sister in Parks and Rec going to their dad, money please! Every time Invoker just runs down a lane and looks at the Undying.
Undying's like, fine, you can have some ice cream.
Opens the wallet reluctantly. You're like, okay.
So supportive, supports both teams.
Ah, good boy.
In credit to
Yandex.
Maudi, he's tanked a lot of the rotations as well, right? He's put himself as the front liner. That's the reason we've seen so few moves actually go over towards the SF.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Waiting for an active rune, which is an invis up at top.
Is under attack.
CG up bottom is a pretty good move right now. If they do get this tower,
Radiant's bottom
Tormentor is available as well. Question is, can they get it though?
are scanning.
They are ditching.
Yeah, they're
Right,
immediately
quickly.
leaving the area.
They realize Yandex heroes went into fog from mid. Okay, they're heading bottom. So pretty
Yeah.
quick pivot up towards top, playing through Snowy now, gathering their forces up there. So they've got Stampede from range, and they're going to need it if they want to get onto Saxa here. He's currently invis, and no nearby dire reveal.
Can't fight what you can't see.
Well, they see the
Oh,
Invoker.
they see Invoker, so they can fight
Roll
him.
straight through the middle. They can fight him. He doesn't want to fight, though. He wants to stampede and run away. Puts the cold snap on Chira Jr. A hook shot in to give a bit of space to Mirage. That damage over time with the Spirit Vessel magnetized. Gets the dominating streak for this Earth Spirit. Oh, and in comes Watson. A few hits to tickle down Seush. And another decay in the backline to kill Respect.
Getting slide kicked over to the SF is pretty bad feeling as well there. You're just being served up on a conveyor belt. SF is happy to kill anyone who gets close to him. Definitely the strongest hero in this game right now. And he's playing pretty safe. Didn't go for the Blink Dagger. Went for Hurricane Pike against Clockwork. Always a sensible choice to have Hurricane Pike. And into a BKB next item. Obviously,
What
when
you're
play
telling me
against Invoker and Necro, you want a lot of magic protection.
So Shadow Fiend is the furnace in Toy Story 4, and Earth Spirit's the conveyor belt for sending Woody and Buzz into... I just imagine it like one of those old-timey, you know, animated movies, the
And he's
mechanical
hungry.
doors. The mechanical doors with sharp teeth chomping up and down. He's hungry. The belly of the beast is empty. Sharpshooter into the pit looking for something, but it's just ages for the Shadow Fiend.
I see the SF more as Calcifer. You know, he's a hungry Calcifer. Needs some fire.
Clockwork down. Is it Calcifer, the Howl's Moving Castle
Yeah.
fire, the spirit guy? Yeah. Funny little dude.
Radiant's middle tower.
Necro
I don't think I've ever
trying-
watched that movie all the way through.
Really?
So usually when I want to watch Studio Ghibli stuff, I'm kind of like sleepy, tired, you know, I'm bored, I don't know what to watch, and I just put it on, and I take a nap. So I think I've watched the first like 45 minutes or hour of Howl's Moving Castle and never finished it. So I don't know what happened. It is really good. Oh, poor Corrupted. You're gonna get stunned up, and the vacuum back's good as well. Necro is in, looking at this Earth Spirit and hoping his BKB expires. He's gonna have to reap aside Saxa first, though,
Ooh,
just
the
to stay
BKB.
alive. Oh, very close to dying, but that BKB TP gets him out, at least safely with his life.
Oh,
A
into Tombstone.
Yes, another
That
safe
sounds
haven
right.
there. Earth Spirit's protected. Doesn't
That was a nice
get taken
timing.
out.
The tornado and
Mirage
Sunstrike were
nearly dies
nicely
top lane
overlapped.
as well.
Oof. Good fighting coming out by Yandex. I think Huligani has some neat combinations, but not quite enough there. And of course, any one fight when you have Bounty Hunter as well is just gonna feel even nicer. This is what the hero needs. The downside with Bounty is that he's very bad in passive games, but so far they've been able to create activity, looking for these kills, despite not having the best initiating heroes. That Earth Spirit kind of solved the draft for them.
Yeah, it's looked vitally important. Especially in unlocking this mid game for the Shadow Fiend to allow him to do the damage. which he is so capable of. Well, the fact that that fight as well was like Watson wasn't there. He was almost solo killing the Invoker. A very good sign for Yandex. A potential signal of sad times to come shortly for HULIGANI. As we have, what, 3 minutes left on Aegis. Shadow Fiend gonna look at this tier 2 tower mid lane. And Chiro Jr. keeps the space open nearby.
It has to be a painful spot for HULIGANI as well, because you feel like you have to win at this stage of the game. The more you go into late game, the more it's gonna play into Radiant's draft.
Just with the scaling. Starts here in Shadow Fiend, very good. Heading into that portion of the game. Got a tombstone to dodgy MP.
Yeah. A little bit of protection. He's just building a house. Meanwhile,
Chiro
Earth
Jr.'s
Spirit
on the hunt.
saw him for a little bit.
They win. Forces the BKB. And Necro's gonna have to TP. Chiro Jr.'s like, right, job's done. Now move on to the next one. Oh, you found a centaur down there? Well, I'm just gonna step through the door, roll in onto him, and get the connection onto Corrupted. Chiro Jr. picks up another. Who's that? Oh, who's that? Hoodwink? Another one? TP mid? TP mid? There's Earth Spirits everywhere.
Yeah, mobility is
Can't
very
get this
high.
mid lane, sadly.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him make some plays with the Blink Dagger style as well. An item that was very popular in Earth Spirits.
Ooh. He's got
heals,
the
he gets
heal
him in time.
scepter. Cancels the TP. And in comes the Darkseer. Respect. It's easy pickings.
Saxer gets a B for that catch. He didn't Janada him. He could have taken 15 gold as well, Gareth.
He could have,
That's
would have, should have.
crucial gold.
That's money he otherwise wouldn't have had.
Nah, it was amazing. And obviously, like, I think Saxa has been maybe the standout player so far on Yandex in this match. He's been running around and giving very important vision. And now with the Yule Scepter, he's actually a catching hero as well.
That's classic Sanctus stuff, isn't it? Perfect
Yeah,
items, perfect hero for his style.
His bottom tower has fallen.
This is the type of stuff that he shines at doing. Still Aegis available on the SF.
Dire structures are fortified.
Background being cracked.
Dire's bottom tower
Not for that much longer.
is under attack.
Yeah, he's about to finish his Silver Edge, so I think he's happy to just back up. Take that and look to punish anyone who is on the map. Of course, Silver Edge will be nasty for Centaur. You can't stampede away. It limits your max movement speed, so...
That's really annoying. Well, DM tries the Shivers vacuum drag back, and Chiro Jr. goes past tier 3 with his BKB on. They'll finish the tower. Was that tombstone as he's trying to roll away? A little bit awkward. A little bit awkward. It's going to be okay, I think. Just walk it off. They got the objective. Now a little reset. Think about next Roche. That was your Aegis actually cracking high ground, so that always feels very good. Not a passive one. Gets you some objectives.
Are scanning.
This is where HULIGANI, I feel, and probably they feel, a little bit stressed out that they've got to go and do something. We can't allow them to have free access to our base. We've got to make a jump and catch Melody here. I'll drop spells on the Undying to try and blow him up, but Mirage is escaped with a sliver of HP, survived this Watson Shadow Fiend, but now they've lost Melody, vacuum back into the Shivers on the wall, dropped on the Centaur, hookshot from Clock, catches the S-Staff as the Reaper Scythe lands on Chiro Jr. to take his streak away. Watson's going to BKB and run, and the Centaur, they survived. They stayed alive through it.
Gets to safety. Thought he was going to die for sure there, but... So we have a bit of a pause coming in. SF with the reconnect or disconnect.
Getting back into it. But a sign there that HULIGANI that can hold on to a part of the map, actually get a fight to go their way.
I think ever so important as well. They need to start winning some fights. With this Necro and Invoker as their pos 1 and 2 duo, you need to start busting out some good fights. Ideally, you get a grab on this SF as well, but looks like he's probably going to be far enough to get safety and be fine.
It was like close to okay for Yandex. Invoker escaped on, I think, like 50 health. Ran away with his BKB going. Centaur, I mean, Centaur as well, right? 2 cores escaping on 100 or less HP. Yandex nearly had a couple of big kills. Couldn't quite finish it.
It does show the limitations of the draft, though. They don't have good lockdown, and normally you think of SF as this turret hero. He sits somewhere and just auto-attacks, and you want to hold the enemy close and let him just do his thing. But they don't have the best heroes to lock down Huligani and keep them within the SF range. So kiting is still a very possible thing.
Yeah. Especially with it, like you've been saying, right? With his Earth Spirit has been picking up all the pieces. He's been that link that connects all the heroes together. When he's dead, you don't have that continual bulldozer chasing people down, the actual connections with the stuns. You are now fully reliant on Saxa to scout and DM to follow through, which isn't the best of combinations. Yandex stuck around to see if they could get any bonuses out of that bottom lane fight. Saxa's going to TP up to top. Invoker run away.
Gets his own wisdom. Invoker's going for the...
Oh, they're going to go on this Darks here. DM, the damage. It comes through so quickly.
Yeah, it's quick burst. A lot of magic damage very, very rapidly, and Darkseer is not quite that tanky yet.
Corrupted trying to figure out where Saxa is. Throw a dust and then a jump. Doesn't find him though. Huligani could be fighting over next Roshan. And Necro, pretty good net worth. And feel decent about where he's currently sat at. It's that period of the game where it feels like they need to go and do stuff. Like, yeah, okay, you got these kills in the bottom lane, you got to pick off on Darkseer top. No real map space or objective gained, right? They're just kind of pushing back and reclaiming what was once theirs. They've got waves to the river.
I'm almost disappointed that it was Octarine and not Aghanim Scepter on Invoker. I kind of wish that we saw a Cataclysm play. With the hookshot, with the Centaur stun, Bushwhack, they have a lot of things to disable, and they need to win fights right now. Octarine is a great item on Invoker, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they needed a power spike, and this is more like a linear increase in your power.
Yeah. Dual Scepter thrown in there to maybe get the Hoodwink out. Sure, Junior doesn't land that additional roll. Looks like Clockwork slips away as well. The Hoodwink just going to TP out there. Yandex don't get their hands on anything.
Okay. Get to safety, but on the other hand, you leave the area. Means Yandex is now going to get to farm.
But yeah, I agree. I think, especially with the fact you've got these dogpile heroes of Earthspirit, Darkseer, Undying, Bounty Hunter. Right, you're going to blink vacuum, you're going to chase and catch. All these melee guys are going to be around a target. Having Cataclysm from a Centaur Stomp is huge if you can connect on a couple of heroes.
It is, yeah. Yeah, for sure. And also just gives them some form of oomph in the team fights. More advantage.
Stampede. And a couple of heroes get sent skywards with the tornado. Sure, Junior trying to catch up to the backlines here with the Centaur inside those cogs, offered a bit of protection by Sayush, 2 hook shots back to neutral creep. Huligani, just get out of there.
Everybody gets to safety. Nice little hook shot there to the neutral camp to get the distance, otherwise he wouldn't be able to TP. So leave the area, but again, bottom, they left the area, they lost Tormentor. Now you leave this area, that might just be a Roche immediately.
Might just be turns to reality.
Second Roche as well. It's gonna be Banner.
Well, they can see into the pit. Sunstrikes, rocket flares. Hello, how are you doing over there? Nothing to actually get in and stop them, though.
He got into a tombstone. He tried to pick up the Aegis, but instead he clicked into a tomb.
Stupid frickin' tombstone.
Getting trolled a bit. I mean, at least the tombstone is less annoying than the Underlord Gate, which for some reason is highest priority click.
Yeah, and a massive object on the floor. A good snipe on Saxa. This time, no scouting for the bounty hunter. Gets cut short.
Saxa also became a massive object on the floor. This man is tall.
I don't know if a puddle of blood is an object, but sure.
I reckon there has to be something left. Some assets spread out.
Or the actual player, sacks of the player, it's floor time. He lies, I've died. I want to lie down on the cold floor.
That's one way to use your death timer, you know? Be efficient.
That's a nice way to regulate your nervous system. Just get on the floor, have a bit of lie down.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, moves coming in towards top lane right now. Looks like they're just gonna shove the lane. And this Aegis timer is gonna be the scary one. Second Aegis is always the one that's looking to crack the high ground, and it's gonna be with a Daedalus as well coming in for SF.
Whew.
Now, this is the typical build, right? Getting Daedalus on SF. It is weaker than before, though. Level 25, you won't have that power spike of critting on the races, which was an insane power spike to have. But it's still obviously a good item.
Can Huligani afford to ignore the SF? Like, is this a kill him twice kind of situation? Because you've got Tombstone save there, and now to jump back in as the reaction arrives from Yandex. BKB's galore, everyone presses it, but it's Huligani who have to run back to their fountain. Cowering and hiding from Yandex, killed off the hoodwink, and now they're still pressing forward onto these barracks. Nothing to stop them.
Yeah, Earth Spirit ulti doing a lot to force them back.
I'll go again on the SF trying to poke at him, but this is the response I'm trying to elicit from you is that this catch-22. You go on this SF, he's got 2 lives. You don't go on the SF, he's got so much damage. And Doc's here, going to turn around with this Necro, finish him off. He's got no buyback. You lose your carry. He wandered in. Shadow Fiend dies once. Sure, congrats, you got him. You're going to lose your barracks for it, though.
Still a BKB, still a Hurricane Pike and Silver Edge. Very difficult to bring him down once more. Necro doesn't have buyback. Out for a long time. And
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I guess I prefer the active idea of, okay, go on him, rather than not. But it's still a damn difficult situation to be in. And now a defensive Stampede trying to get a bit of distance as the Centaur bails back towards Fountain. Sharpshooter thrown onto Shiro Jr. with some good Invoker damage. He's going to bring him down to half HP, but he'll roll back towards relative safety with the rest of his team. These buildings falling as they try and collapse onto that Earth Spirit again with a Bushwhack, but nice roll through. Gets past the barrier.
Sustainability is pretty good on this team, but Undying sitting on no mana at all anymore. He's probably telling his team, guys, I can't do anything else. We don't have Aegis. Time to back out. And here we see a discipline. A lot of lower level teams would have kept pushing, would have gone hungry. Necro's still dead, you know, it's looking good. But pushing when you don't have Aegis and don't have any mana on Undying would be giving a pretty easy, well, a good chance for Huligani to turn the game around.
And you've got to have a strong voice to do that as well. Because you're looking at, Dark's here had everything unlock as that retreat started. It's like, oh, I've got BKB, I've got Wall, I've got Blink Vacuum. Earth Spirit has everything ready. These are 2 tanky, aggressive heroes that can get stuff done, but the voice of Watson or whoever it might be is like, no, guys, just chill, relax, step back. We don't need to go for this push. Because that is the one chance Huligani have back into this game.
Yeah. I think you've got to be pretty loud when you're the one who's literally at 0. So I think Malady probably was very vocal there. He had no mana at all. And it's like, guys, I'm doing nothing here if we fight. And it's like, okay, maybe we don't fight if we don't have Tombstone saves and spells coming out from him. Because this Undying has been very critical. A lot of times we think about Undying as the laning stage bully hero. But in this game, the impact has really been more, you can't burst SF. You can never burst SF in one go. Undying is always there.
Fake ass Oracle Shadow Demon save guy, stupid Tombstone. My boy Oracle's never gonna see the light of day again.
Reminds me of the old Pudge with Dismember, the Shard. Oh, yeah. That was the strongest save in the game by far. False Promise was truly a false save compared to that. You get Dismembered up and then he blinks.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, was it Pudge Dismember saving people from Black Hole?
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just eat them. It was very long cast range with Aether Lens and Aghanims. No, the Axe Shard.
Or like keen optic ether lens. You know, you had those neutral items with Catherine as well.
It was a bizarre save. At least the Undying is a bit conditional. It's not as easy to save people. Oh,
True.
They see him.
Sacks up. Yeah, steps up into a little bit of reveal there. No actual fight brewing though. And it's once again Team Yandex just coming through, cruising into an area of the map and entirely swarming it.
What do we have on Invoker at
Huligani.
this point? Because Satanic is done on SF. Invoker, still no Hex, still no Cataclysm. Got the Shivas. Gonna be a hard defense. He's pretty tanky with BKB Shivas, but I don't know if he can man fight against this Satanic Daedalus SF.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any standing and delivering. I think it's going to be very back and forth. We're going to do some scrappy fights here. But already BKB spent by the Necro. Afraid of that initial jump out of the Dark Seer. Tombstone being focused, but a roll in from Chira Jr. is going to catch the Hoodwink and force Huligani once more to respect the advance. Reset back towards Fountain. As the
He's
Magneton
just owning them.
I was going to say it starts to add up, but he's just solo killing them. Chira Jr. kills Respect, and he might get the Clockwork in the Fountain as well. While your barracks are falling, he 1v5 zones the entire team.
Yeah, the Earth Spirit is fine.
What a hero! And now there's Necro with the BKB. He's just going to get wall dropped, rolled kicked, slapped around by Chira Jr. Snowy getting full staffed, little drift, and a stampede. Back to Fountain keeps him alive. Maybe a chance to fight here, but Shadow Fiend just unleashing everything. Right clicks down, Sayush, Clockwork gone, Requiem's into this corrupted Centaur. 2 down on Huligani's side, and the buildings just keep on falling. They'll try and get on the Shadow Fiend now, though. Cold Snap, Reaper Scythe, the heal, a sustain, tops him back to full. There's no dealing with Watson right now. And the Necro, well, he's wandered into the wrong neck of the woods, trying to take down the Darkseer, but he's surrounded by 4 of Yandex. And Centaur is going to get stunned up on his way in as well. Mirage from the right side of the fight, trying to launch in the meatballs and the damage wherever he can. Killing off DM would be nice to get that snipe on the Darkseer. Something going their way as they finally bring him to his knees. And the chase towards any more not going to come to fruition, so they get 1 hero. 2 with Malady dying back in the base. I stand corrected.
Yeah, but he insta respawns at least, so he's going to be back. Yeah, doesn't count. Doesn't count. Was never dead. 2 buybacks forced as well. Corrupted and Necro buying back into the fight. So this is, yeah, even the Hoodwink actually bought back earlier. Going to be some very, very big win condition here. Get a kill on the Necro, and that could just spell the game.
Yeah, Snowy, a lot of trust in the rest of his team there. You know, Reaper scything a full HP Shadow Fiend who had saves behind him. I guess he expected the follow-through to land, but it just didn't, unfortunately. And now, in this mid lane, Invoker pretty low, but the follow-through not there from Yandex. And in fact, Shadow Fiend needing the grab and kick to get him to safety, leaving Sax exposed to get taken out by Snowy.
Yeah.
And who's this?
Actually, Undying.
Undying.
In an awkward
Freebie
spot.
kill. Trapped near his tombstone. Wanted to try and defend his tower, but he's going to get trapped in the cogs and brought down.
Some much needed kills going the way of Huligani. Gives them a chance to maybe play towards some objectives as well. Going and checking Roche, not up yet.
Any Roches? No? Still a minute away.
Radiant are scanning.
SF is getting close to that point where you can hardly get stronger. He's queuing up the Agit Link, but looking at his inventory as well, it's not easy to slot something out.
What do you even swap? Like,
I think you could swap out something and blink, initiate with the ulti, and then swap in, right? Have like Satanic backpack while you jump in with BKB, and then bring in the Satanic after you Kayasha ulti. We'll see if he's gonna do some juggling or if he's gonna sell items.
yeah. You blink BKB, swap Requiem, swap items in, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise I think you can sell Kayasha and just commit to the full right click here, because the rest of his items all align towards being a right clicker, and the Kayasha is the only semblance of a spellcaster part. But
Yeah.
the Blink Dagger does enable that Kayasha, so it feels weird to sell the Kayasha when you go Blink Dagger. Emphasize with him a little bit. It's a weird spot. I would probably have gone for the Axe Consume in his spot. I'm surprised it's not going for that.
I'm curious. Both teams looking for this Roche. Not far away. He's going to respawn now. Snowy's going to get that lane pushed out. The rest of the team standing on that high ground. Sanx is going to walk straight into them. Good move there with the Yules and a forced staff to drift away while Respect got picked off in the back. No hoodwink, but a Meteor and a Sunstrike landing on a couple near the Roche pit while Necro has the BKB TP. Not ideal, so that looks like they're just relinquishing control of Roche pit then, huh?
Yeah, there's not really any reasonable way to contest this anymore. You can poke maybe with the clockwork rockets. Thinking about it, look at the positioning here on Evoker.
Maybe we could maybe try and poke at things. He's going to get his BKB off and sidestep the roll at least. In comes the Centaur, forces out that shiny gold mode of the Earth Spirit, who does roll onto Invoker. He's been spotted on his way out, tracked and slain. Invoker gone for over a minute now, and Seosh getting hounded back. Can we escape? First roll not going to land. TP out now. They get a bit of vision, and they've got the Yule Scepter to cancel. Saxa, right place, right time. Get the bonus kill off the back of this one.
Just very good moves. Sucks out. Understanding that maybe there's still one more kill to be found. They find that bonus kill. Now with the Aegis on the SF. Okay, actually for now it's the item that goes in the backpack. Makes a lot of sense. Needs to make space for the Aegis.
He's got too many items. Not enough hands.
I think the problem for Huligani's draft is that they don't have someone who can go in and deal with the Undying. They don't have a backline jumper who can just kind of get rid of him. And he's always going to be there to save.
Yeah, you have to go on the Shadow Fiend. you have to go straight through this front line big boy. But there's the Tombstone save. Keeps him alive, doesn't have to spend anything, while Snowy, in the midst of battle, has already BKB'd. Tombstone not getting dealt with, so Shadow Fiend can pop out of the little home he's been made. Wall dropped onto the Centaur as well. Dealt with Corrupted. Invoker still trying to find his advance point from that northern side, but a roll from Shiro Jr. is going to zone them back into Fountain again. The Earth Spirit just single-handedly keeps them at bay. Shiro Jr., if he dies here, I don't think it matters all that much. He gets scythed down and killed, but the buildings, the damage, it's all been done. The foundations of this dire base have crumbled. Shadow Fiend going to stand with his BKB going, Requiem to fear them back, and TP home as Yandex claimed all they could ever desire.
Yeah, he tried to use him, but not gonna be so lucky. He calculated perfectly on his BKB TP out in time. Gets to safety. And his Wind Waker as well, Bounty Hunter. So now, even if you do find Undying, you still need to jump Bounty as well.
What's going on here? Hoodwink dies, we're doing a bit of Connect 4, a bit of chain feeding. Well, looks like they're going to get a good hook shot in there onto a couple. Necro standing forward, but the damage from the Shadow Fiend just allowed to unload his arsenal on them. Necro's going to step back to high ground, get a bit of safety, while the Central low HP and Mirage on this Invoker finding Malady. The Shadow Fiend couldn't stay. Wasn't able to find any kills. It's Huligani who come out on top in this team fight.
Ooh,
3 takedowns.
Kill. Up top, and that's Gem on the ground. Courier's being sent for a rescue mission, but I think he's gonna grab this on the Centaur. I like the choice to go for the Krella. Haven't seen Krella Centaur ever, I think, in any game that I've played, but it makes sense against SF, these like hyper damage dealing heroes, and even against the Bloodstone on Earth Spirit, you can mitigate some of that healing, redirect it to yourself. Yeah, this Earth Spirit is doing insane work, by the way. Like, his damage dealt has to be crazy high by now. Every single ulti where he zones people back to base alone, it's just overwhelming the amount of damage he's doing.
What's insanely high right now, though? Is like a 60k damage kind of deal? Or I'm really bad with guessing overall damage numbers.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he might have hit it, and there we go, 57.5. I mean, that is absurdly high at this stage of the game. Like, you see how hard SF is hitting, but he's got 34. The Earth Spirit He lands that ulti on 5 heroes, and it's this fight over. You cannot fight into that.
It's like Zeus with his free damage ulti. Just everyone gets hit. There you go.
I think the Bloodstone was really a key part as well. Amplifying the damage further, and of course going for the Enchanter's Bauble. With the extra damage coming in from that.
Base defense time for Huligani. Difficult task. And a smoke from Team Yandex approaching that northern lane. The entry point, the smoke break, the jump from Corrupted. Instant Hex, though, catches the Centaur. Down to half HP, into the vacuum wall on 3. Stampede gets a bit of distance. The Centaur is still alive, technically. Gets the fountain and will live. That's Necro trying to scythe down the Earth Spirit. Not going to succeed, though.
Oh, he rocks
He's going to turn
himself.
to a statue and kicks himself back to safety. Rolls into a tornado, though. But you're losing your buildings. Tier 4s are collapsing, and oh, the snowy Necro. Dead for 2 minutes. I blinked and I missed it. He was there a second and gone the next. Centaur with a cart just going to drag some zombies back to Fountain, and it looks like that's going to be it. A bit of a whimper at the tail end of this game too. No real fight emerging for Huligani. Just losing your carry, and it's all on the shoulders of Mirage's Invoker. Watching the throne fall, dropping meatballs. Trying to make a meal out of this one, but you've got, Shadow Fiend with Aegis. He's got BKB, Silver Edge, going to step forward, deal the damage. What's some godlike? Getting kills on his way out. Another one added to the tally as he is beyond godlike on his Shadow Fiend.
Watson looked so good this series. Game 1 with the absolute domination and the